Why, hello there, friend. My, aren't you looking nice all put together? Say, what's your name?
Hercules Rockefeller.
No,
Rembrandt Q. Einstein.
I don't think so.
Handsome be wonderful.
Definitely not.
Max Power, he's the man whose name you'd love to touch, but you mustn't touch. His name sounds good in your ear, but when you say it, you mustn't fear.
You know what? I'll allow it. Well, now that we got that sorted, why don't we take a look at how you got here? Alright everybody, thank you for clicking this video. This is a very special day, because as you can see I have in front of me the Dancing Rider kit. Now this is one from Tamiya that I've really been looking forward to building ever since I've seen it. I got lucky over the holidays, was able to find it at a good price. Spent the next week or two ordering what I needed and getting the parts put together of how I want to build it. And since we have a beautifully cloudy, cold for Florida, and rainy day today, I figure it's the best time to go ahead, jump elbow deep, and get started. Now what makes this one special? Well, obviously, it's 3 wheels, as you can see from the picture. The other cool thing is it steers by actually leaning the body and the chassis, and that has the battery and all the weight in it. So you can see it's mid-turn on the box art, which is already like, this box art just makes me happy just looking at it. I can't help but smile. As with the other Tamiya kits, I went ahead and ordered myself a set of ball bearings. This time from Yeah Racing ball bearings. This was the affordable kit, it's the affordable ones that I could get sent in without taking, too much time to get them or too much money. I have in my stock that I hope to use this brushless motor and ESC kit. I've tried using this in a couple other things and never got it to work right, but it should be sized correctly to fit this, which is of course going to make this little thing fly. Oh man, I cannot wait to see the speed I get. And although it is silver in the box art, I want to go with something different, so I stopped by my local hobby shop and got myself some Tamiya spray. Let's see, this is PS46 iridescent purple green. So, knowing Tamiya, it's going to look cool. I can't imagine it looking ugly, and if it does, who cares? I like ugly. So real quick, I thought I'd go ahead and pop the box open as I reach across my camera and stutter through this. Okay, as usual, Tamiya provides fantastic construction sets. They're hard to fault there. Everything ready to go, all the nice instructions. I won't go page by page because that's boring. Really nice decals. So it does have silver, so there will be some silver along with the purple green. I'm curious to see how that works out. And of course, masks. Got the poly body that I need to cut. You can see the lines are on there to cut. Usual high quality stuff. 3 wheels, so the grooved one for the front, the 2 wider for the back that have the tread on them. And we've got frame pieces in black. We've got the rider, which I will be painting using a combination airbrush and my model paints. More little papers. Wheels, bearings, and bushings that I won't use. A motor, hopefully I won't use. It says it uses a 370 size brushed motor. Does not come with an ESC, this kit. That was one of the things that's different from my previous kit. And we've got more frame parts here. So that is why I have the ESC that I will be using with the brushless kit. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox what I need to get unboxed. Organize my little baggies. As you can see, they're labeled, but I'll go ahead and slide them off and organize them. And then hopefully jump in and get to work. See you then. Okay, so here we have actually the body of the driver, which is kind of cool. they include in here. And then the head. Now the head was actually 2 pieces, and it's got a little screw there, so a physical screw holds it into place on the body here. If you can see, there's line there. What I did was I used my plastic cement and then a decent amount of just kind of sanding and shaping to try and get it moderately smooth. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's very good. And when I go ahead and prime it and then do the solid painting, hopefully you won't be able to see these lines and creases anymore. I'm just going to use my normal paints that I use on any other model, any other Warhammer or anything else. I'm going to go ahead and prime it, just get everything painted up, and then come back. Okay, so I went for kind of a change of tact here and painted the first. So first I kind of very roughly and not to a super high degree painted the driver. See these guys' gloves. I got a nice purple helmet on him that I did with inks. You know, his seat belt, they'll be on there. Now he's going to sit inside. And I tried to use this cool Tamiya purple green flake. And I really did a bad job on it. I've never used this kind of paint before. Did not, ugly. Did not turn out super well. I'm going to keep it going because I like the purple color and I want to keep this build moving. But oh yeah, you can see where I had a little issue cutting it off there. Now what you can do though is, the cool thing is these canopies can be bought separately. So I might end up later on buying a separate canopy and doing a second paint job. Oops, doing a second paint job. And ooh, look at the runs. Oh yeah, I never. Right, so yeah, I can get another canopy later on, but I'm gonna keep going because I want to put it together, run it, and put it on the speedometer on it and see how fast it goes. So next is going to be kind of the actual building of the car. I want to do the cosmetic stuff first. Obviously I haven't put any decals on, but I'll just shoot to the end of that because all that is just carving along lines and sticking on stickers. So onto the build now. All right, and here it is all put together and with stickered up and everything. So I'm hoping you can see on there is a bit of the green purple color change. It did come through a little better than I thought it was going to be. You can get a nice profile look at the three wheels there. I got everything installed, including my usual 2-cell LiPo that I use on both my Tamiya kits now. Let me get that off. So that goes on with the clips and then bolts on to secure, or snaps on. That keeps that from popping off. But I want to take a second and just kind of show you how it works, because it is kind of a really neat mechanism here. So from the top down, we've got ESC, we've got receiver, on-off switch, a couple things zip tied, and I was just able to fit my 2-cell battery right inside there. So there we go. Now the cool part is I'm going to turn on my radio, turn on this bad boy, Mr. Power. Okay, so first thing first, I did glue the wheels on. I didn't do that on camera. You can see a little bit of super glue there. This has brushless system in it, much faster and more powerful than what comes stock. So this is an example of it with the throttle running. I don't know if you could see that, but even glued down, still some bow and some flex or whatever you want to call it in the wheels. Pretty awesome. And then we got the turning is done by, just like you see, the servo leans everything over. And as it leans, then it's going to turn with the weight shift. And you see the front wheel kind of flop about as it turns. And it's got a whole thing of like, if it falls over, you just turn it and give it some gas, and it'll right itself up with the help of these little arms. So fantastic. Unfortunately, this is the 1 week in Florida where it's 50 degrees and raining for the next couple days. So hopefully as soon as that weather clears, I can take this out. I can take the car, the Volkswagen Scirocco, whatever, the Volkswagen Scirocco out, and then I'll go ahead and throw the Speedo on both, and we'll just see how they compare and how they run. But I am dying to get this on something other than my floor of my apartment where it barely has any space to move. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again.